This conference will
Okay,
now be recorded.
we are trying to developing a lightning component by using Aura framework. Okay, we are developing a lightning component. We are developing a lightning component. Okay, lightning component by using Aura framework. Okay, by using Aura framework. What is our requirement? Requirement is form. Okay, we are collecting the data from the user. Okay, we are collecting the data from the user. We are creating a form. We are creating a form. Okay, we are creating a form. We are taking the data from the user like first name, last name, mother name, some other phone numbers, email, data of birth, or some other information we are collecting from the user. And once user click on the save button, we are creating a record based on that details. Okay, this requirement already we discussed in the UI, that is in the that is this requirement already we discussed in the classic version, that is nothing but visual force space. The same example we are trying to developing by using lightning aura framework. Okay, now I am on this page. We want to create a lightning component. How to create a lightning component? We have only two options. One is by using developer console. Go to setup, developer console, developer console, and still it is loading. Another option is Visual Studio Code. Another option is Visual Studio Code. Only two options. One is developer console and another one is Visual Studio Code. Whenever we are trying to developing a lightning component by using Aura, suppose we want to develop a lightning component by using LWC, lightning web component, then only one way, that is nothing but Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code, here we are creating a lightning component by using Aura framework. So go to file, new, here we have lightning application is there, lightning component, lightning interface, event tokens are there. We are creating a lightning component, right? This is a lightning component. What is your lightning component name? Form creation. Okay, any name based on our requirement, we have to provide a name. So then the next step is where, why, what is the purpose of your lightning component? So why you are creating a lightning component? You are making it as a tab, you are making it as a home page or some other pages, you are making it as only for record page, you are using in the communities, or you are making as a button. So why, what is the purpose? So we have to select these interfaces. Suppose we don't want to select, suppose I will not select any interfaces here, then after that also we will just go and add corresponding interface. For each and every checkbox there is corresponding interface. There is corresponding interface. In interview also they will ask. Okay, so lightning tab means which interface we have to use, lightning page means which interface we have to use. Okay, so finally we are creating a lightning component. That component where we will use, okay, that is nothing but check these check boxes. Based on these check boxes, the system automatically provide the corresponding interfaces, the corresponding interface. See here, so we created one lightning component, right? So in the right hand side here you have to observe 8 items are there, right, in the right hand side. So finally we created one lightning component, or we will call it as a lightning bundle. It is a combination of 8 items. It is a combination of 8 items. The first one is component, controller, helper, style, documentation, render, design, svg. 8 items are there. 8 items are there. In interview also they will ask lightning component how many items are there, lightning bundle how many items are there, what is the purpose of each one. Okay, in interview also they will ask. We will discuss going forward. Okay, we will discuss. So at any cost in lightning bundle these 8 items are available. Based on our requirement we will use these 8 items. Okay, these 8 items we will use. Now coming into here, we are trying to creating a lightning component by using Aura framework, right? By using Aura framework, right? So that's why the starting tag is nothing but Aura colon component, Aura colon component. Okay, component. Okay, and this is a root tag. This is a root tag. We are trying to creating a component by using Aura framework. Means here we are using Aura tags. Here we are using Aura tags. Aura also provided some tags. So here we are using Aura tags. Then this component where we are using, this is nothing but interface. Tab means this interface system it will generate. For each and every checkbox, the system it will generate. Finally, here we are using access modifier as a global. Access modifier as a global. The access modifier as a global. So we are trying to creating a lightning component by using Aura framework. This lightning component we will make it as a tab or record page or button or communities or some other options. That is nothing but interfaces. Okay. Then the next one is my requirement is what? We have to develop one form, right? Form means first name we have to collect from the user, last name, mother name, father name, some other information we have to collect, right? So we have to use tags, right? We have to use tags. The same example we developed in the visual code space by using visual code space tags, right? Here also some tags are there. So where we will find those tags in the sense means go to the Google, go to the Google. We have to use component library. Okay, we have to use our component library. Component library in Lightning. Okay, in Lightning. Component library in Lightning. Salesforce component Lightning component library. Okay, Lightning component library. No need to remember exact syntaxes. We will always use this one. Now, what is our purpose? Now, what is our requirement? We have to develop one text box, right? We have to develop one text box. Go to here. Here you have to observe the same component library contains web component tags. The same component library. The same component library contains web component tags. See, LWC, Lightning Web Component tags and Aura component tags. Aura component. We are working with the Aura, right? We are working with the Aura, right? Now go to here. Lightning is there, Aura is there, some other sections are there. We are going with the Lightning. What about this one means no need to remember. Not required to know each and everything. Not required to know each and everything. Now coming in here, we need one text box, right? Go to Lightning. Go to Lightning. So go to here. Input is there, right? Click on the input. Anyway, we have some idea, right? In the visual force page we are using apex input text tag, right? So anyway, we have some idea, right? Now go and search. Yes, input tag is there. So whenever you will click on the input, see, it will redirecting into this particular screen. Here three sections are there. One is example, and another one is documentation, and another one is specification. Now click on the example. Which tag you want? You want to date tag you want? So date means in this format we want, or in this format you want, or in this format. Which format you want? You are trying to developing one date tag. So which format you want? So suppose we want in this format, we want in this format. Yes, what is the sample code for this one? Go to here. This is the sample code. So here required date field is there, right? This is the sample code. Okay, this is the sample code. Now for example, date time input, this is which format you want. Well, for suppose I want this format, we want in the sense means. Now scroll down here. So what is the sample tag for this one? Disable date time field. This is a label, right? This is the format. Okay, this is the format. So now what is our requirement? We have to develop one text box, right? The text input. Click on this one. Our text box, which format we want? We want basic format, right? Like this only we want, right? Now what is the tag for this one? See, Lightning input. You have to copy. You have to copy this one. Okay, you have to copy this one. Okay. Lightning. Go to here. Lightning input label is equals to first name. Label is equals to first name, yeah, network problem my side only. So this is my, see, text, first name, last name, mother name, father name. Now I am trying to save this one. We are trying to save this one. How to save? Here you have to observe. Here you have to observe. Okay. There is form creation dot component. There is with star mark, right? Star mark means this component not yet saved. This component not yet saved. We have to save this one. We have to save this one. How to save this one? How to save this one is nothing but control yes. Go to your keyboard and you have to use it as a control yes. Whenever it is saved, then there is no star mark. There is no star mark. Suppose for example I miss something like this. We missed something like this. Suppose we are trying to saving this one by using control yes. It will display an error message. Okay, it will display an error message. Now we are trying to saving this one. So we created one lightning component. In this lightning component we added some text box along with the labels. Now what I will do is I will add this lightning component to my record page. We will add this lightning component to my record page. We will add this lightning component to my record page or tab. Assume that we are making this one as a tab, right? We are making this one as a tab, right? Now go to here. Go to here. In the quick find, you have to type it as a tabs. You have to make it. You have to type it as a tabs. Click on the tabs. Click on the tabs. Now scroll down here. Custom object tabs are there, right? Custom object tabs. Now the next one is web tabs are there. Then the next one is visual force page tabs. Now scroll down here. Lightning components tabs are there, right? Lightning component tab. Click on this new button. Click on this new button. We are making our lightning component as a tab, right? So what is our lightning component name? The form creation, right? This is our lightning component, right? This is our lightning component. Form creation, right? We are making this lightning component as a tab, right? As a tab. See, go to here. Form creation, right? See, form creation. So now what is your lightning tab name? Okay, student form or anything. Student form underscore 01, any name we are trying to provide. So tab style is nothing but anything here. Then click on the next button. Then click on the next. Then click on the next button. Still it is loading. Click on the save button. Okay, click on the save button. So we created one lightning component. That lightning component we are making it as a tab. We are making it as a tab. While creating a tab, this component is available. Why it is available? Because of here we are using app hostable interface. That's why this component is available. What I'm trying to say is we are creating one lightning component. We are creating one lightning component. So now we are making that lightning component as a tab. So suppose we want to make a lightning component as a tab, means we should implement this interface. Otherwise it is not available. While creating a while creating a tab, my lightning component is not available. My lightning component is not available. So just remember, so while we are making a lightning component as a tab, we have to implement this interface. Now the second one is, assume that we want to make this lightning component to the record page. I want to add this lightning component to the record page. Go to here, leads or anything. Go to here, any object you have to go to leads. Go to leads and take any one of this record. Take any one of the record. This is my record page, right? This is my record page. Now we want to add the lightning component to this record page. Go to here, click on this edit page. Click on this edit page. Okay, now still it is loading. Still it is loading. Now these are the tabs, right? This is one tab, this is one tab, this is one tab, this is one tab, right? So now we want to create one more tab. We want to create one more tab. How to create a tab? Click on this one. In the right hand side here you have to observe add tab is there, right? Click on the add tab. Now what is your tab name? Go to your custom. That is nothing but the student form. Any name here. This is my tab name. Click on the tab name. Then under this student form, which one we have to add? Go to here. Go to here, scroll down. This is a standard. Ours is a custom one, right? What is our lightning component name? What is our lightning component name? See here, form creation, right? Here the lightning component is available. Why it is available? We are using record page interface, right? Record page interface. That's why here it is available. Just drag and drop here. Just drag and drop. Click on the save button. Click on the save button. Now activate this one. So we created lightning component. That lightning component we are making as a tab, or that lightning component we are adding to the record page. based on our requirement, based on our requirement. Now go to here, this is my light. We added our lightning component to the lead record page. Right click on the student form, click on, see, this is our form, right? First name, last name, mother name, father name. Just now we created one tab, right? How to get the tab? Here you have to observe student form 01, right? Just now we created, click on this one. See, this is our form, right? This is our tab, this is our tab, right? So now we are going to work with the lead. Now we are going to work with the lead. Go to your leads and click on this one. This is our form, right? First name, last name, mother name, father name. So we created one lightning component. That lightning component we are making as a tab, or we are adding to the record page and based on the client requirement. Any questions on this one? Up to now, any questions or any confusion? Okay, here you have to observe. Okay, so we created one lightning component. In that lightning component, we are using text boxes. Here type is equal to text, label name is equal to first name, right? Label name is equal to first name. Here last name, type is equals to text, right? Type is equals to text. Suppose user he will enter the data here. User he will enter the data. That data we have to capture and we have to create a record based on that data, right? Suppose user he will enter some data here. Suppose user he will enter some data here. Suppose user he will enter some data here. That data we have to take. Based on that data, we have to create a record, right? Based on that data, we have to create a record, right? So now we have to store this data, right? Now we have to store this data. Where we have to store this data? In the Apex class or Visual Force space, where we are storing the data? Into the variables, right? Into the variables. Here also we have to declare a variable. Here also we have to declare a variable. So to declare a variables, we will just go and use aura colon attribute tags. We will use it. Aura colon attribute. Go to here. Go to here. You have to go and search in the Google. Aura colon attribute. Aura colon attribute. Okay. Go to here. Suppose we will write one lightning component, then same thing for everyone, for every lightning component, same thing. See, now coming into here, so we are taking the data from the user. Here you have to observe, we are collecting the data from the user. So coming into our form, this is my form. We are collecting the data from the user. Once we collected the data from the user, what is our next step? We have to create a record based on that data, right? We have to create a record based on that data, right? So that data we have to store temporarily. We have to store. Where we have to store? In the classic version, where we are storing? We are storing in the variables, right? Now in the lightning version also I have to declare variables. How to declare a variables? That is nothing but by using aura colon attributes. Okay, by using, see here, aura colon attribute. How many data types are there? Boolean is one data type, date is one data type, date time, decimal, double, integer, long, string. All these are the data types. All these are the data types. So here we are trying to using string data type. So aura colon here, aura colon attribute name. So what is your variable name? My variable name is nothing but first name. What is the type? That is nothing but string. This is similar like this. Public string f name getters setters. See here, getter setters. What is your variable name? F name. See here, this is a variable name. So how the system identify this is a variable? In the sense means we are using aura colon attribute. Aura colon attribute, just remember how to declare the variables in the lightning component is nothing but by using aura colon attribute. What is your variable name? My variable name is nothing but f name. So what is the data type? The data type is nothing but a string only. The same thing here. What is the access modifier? Public, right? Here which access modifier here we are using? Which access modifier here we are using? Here we are using global access modifier. So here it is applicable global access modifiers. So global access modifier. This is similar to this one. Then the next step, what we will do in the visual code space, what we will do? Apex colon input text value is equals to like this, right? We will use in the visual force space. In the visual force space we will use like this, right? This variable name dot v dot this particular variable name, right? this part like this we will use, right? Not v, like this we will use, right? Okay, so here what we will do, go to here, value is equals to means we are telling to the text box whatever user entered, right? That data you have to store into this particular variable. You have to store into this particular variable. We are telling to the text box whatever user entered data, right? That data you have to store into this particular variable. So that here we are using value attribute, here we are using v. This is nothing but value provider. We will call it as a value provider. Whenever we want to call variables, suppose we want to call variables, then we will just go on to use v. Suppose we want to call variables, we will just go on to use v. So here we are declaring one text box. My text box name is nothing but first name, and in this text box user he will enter the data. Based on that data we have to create a record, so that data we have to store temporarily. Where we will store temporarily is nothing but we have to declare the variables. The variables we will call it as a attributes. Now I want to store the data, whatever the data he entered, that I want to store. That is nothing but aura colon attribute name is equals to, this is my variable name. In this variable we are trying to storing string data. So now we have to tell to this text box whatever user entered data, right? That data we have to store into this particular variable. Value is equals to, see we are using v is nothing but value provider. Whenever we are calling the variables we will always use v only. V dot f name, v dot f name. Suppose this is another text box. Now whatever the user entered data, right? That data we have to store. How to store means we have to declare one variable, that is nothing but aura colon attribute name is equals to last name, name is equals to last name, and the next one is type is equals to string, type is equals to string. So now we have to tell to this particular text box, so whatever user entered data, right? That data we have to store into this particular variable, v dot last name. Okay, v dot last name. Okay, now here I will just go on to declare one more variable. My variable name is nothing but father name. Go to here, aura colon attribute name is equals to father name, father name type is equals to string, right? So now here I have to tell to this text box you have to store into this particular variable, value is equals to v dot father name, v dot father name. Now I have to tell to this text box means we have to declare one variable, that is nothing but which type, string type. Aura colon attribute name is equals to mother name here,
సార్ అక్కడ
and
మదర్ నేమ్ దగ్గర ఫాదర్ నేమ్ రాశారు.
okay, yeah, thanks. Yeah, v dot mother name. Now go to here, value is equals to v dot m name, v dot here father name, right? V dot father name. Same thing, right? Whatever we discussed in the classic version, we are first declaring the text box, then we are declaring the variable at the class level, then we are mapping, right? Then we are mapping. So here this is aura tags we are using. This is aura tags. Aura tags, in addition to that we are using lightning tags. That's why we will call it as a, on the top of aura we will use lightning tags. Generally we will use on the top of aura we are using lightning tags, means here we are using aura tags, here we are using aura tags, and wherever it is possible we are using lightning tags, right? So now I am trying to save this one, control yes, control yes. Any questions on this one? Any questions or any confusion? We are trying to taking the data from the user, that data we are storing into the variables. How we are declaring the variable means we have aura colon attribute. So what is the syntax, what are the data types, is there is nothing but these are the data types. These are the data type, boolean, date time, decimal, double, integer, long, and string data type is there. Here we are taking the string data type. Okay, any questions on this one? Any question? So here now coming into here we have to refresh this one. I want to add some section, I want to add some section here. I want to add some I mean page block title is there, right? Like that we will also want to add some section here. How to add section, how to add some header names like that. Okay, Now go to here, go to here. We will just go and verify for the tax. Yeah, go to here, click on this accordion, this. So we are going to add some sections here. This is one section, this is one section, this is one section. So we are trying to adding some sections here. This is one section, right? This is one section. So this is the sample code. So here, go to here, click on this tag. Suppose we want to add some sections like personal information, address information, some other information, right? We want to add some sections, right? How to add sections is nothing but go to this tag, lightning accordion. This tag is there. Here three options are there. How you want to add your sections? How we want to add your section? In this format you want to add your section, or in this format we want to add your section? I'm taking basic format only. The basic format looks like this. What is the sample code for this one? This is the sample code. This is the sample code. I don't want all these code. What I will do, whatever the code we want, we will just copy this one. I'm trying to copying this one. Go to here, my lightning component, go to here, go to here. This I'm just using this one. See, lightning accordion, this is our id, active section name is equals to this one. I'm trying to removing this one. So now where is the closing tag? Where is the closing tag? Close this one, close this one. So we close this one. Now the next one is we want to add some section, right? So we have, see, page block. Under this page block we have some sections are there, right? The same thing here. So now go to here, my section name is nothing but, my label name is nothing but personal information, personal information, personal information. See, I'm just removing this one. So this is my section here. This is my section. Now go to here, I'm trying to closing this one. Section, what is my section? I'm trying to closing this section. Okay, closing this section. Go to here, closing this one. Try to save this one. Okay, try to save this one. Control all, shift tab. Okay, it will come in the proper format. You have to select all the code, control all and shift tab. It will come in the proper format. Okay, see, here we are trying to creating one like page block. Under page block, this is one section. This is my personal information section. This is my personal information section. Now try to save this one. So we will just go and see in the front end. We will just go and see in the front end. Front end is nothing but, you will just go to here. You have to refresh this one. You have to refresh this one. Now go to your student form. The personal information section is coming, right? Any questions on this one? Any questions or any confusion? I want to add some section. Okay, I want to add some section. How to add the section? We have to go to the Google and we have to search how to add the section in the lightning component Aura. Then we will get this tag. Then we will get this tag. Then what is which format we want? In this format we want, or in this format, or in this format, which format we want? This is the sample code. This is the sample code. Now what I'm doing, I'm taking this one. So once this is opening tag and this is nothing but closing tag. Then what about this one? We have to create multiple sections, right? My section name is nothing but personal information. This is opening tag and this is nothing but closing tag. This is nothing but closing tag. Now like that, I will just go and create some other sections. I will just go and create some other sections here. Go to this one, go to this one, and address information. Okay, address information. So, and see here, this is address information. Address information is nothing but, I will just go and make it as a street here, street, and the next one is street one, and one second, this is a street, and I will just go and declare a variable here, street, and the next one I will just go and declare one more variable, that is nothing but street one, right? Street one. Okay, street one. I will take this one, we will map it here, street. Okay, and the next one is here, street one. Street one, here we will just go and map it like street one. Now what I will do, I want to add state or country. We want to add state or country. That is a drop down list, right? That is a drop down list. Suppose in my country I want 3 values, in my state I want 3 values. We need drop down list. So I don't know which tag we want to use for the drop down list. Go to here, go to the Google, drop down list. So drop down list in lightning aura component. In lightning aura component we are going to use drop down list. I also don't know, so which tag we are going to use for drop down list. So you have to go and search in the Google drop down in lightning aura component. They are saying lightning colon select. Okay, lightning colon select. See how we want like this, we want, or CS, a lot of options are there. You want like this, you want, or you want like this. Which format we want? Which format we want basic drop down list, right? So basic drop down list only, right? So this is the format. So then the sample code is nothing but this one. What we have to do? I will just go and copy this one. We will just go and copy this one. Now copy and paste. Lightning select name is equals to label name is equals to country not required. I'm just removing this one. I'm just removing this one. I'm removing this one. Name also not required. Name also not required. So this is my control all shift tab. It will align in the proper format. Okay, no need to move. See, for example, I'm just moving like this. I'm just moving like this. We have to make this code in a proper format. In a proper format means, go to your keyboard, you have to select control alt and shift tab. Shift to tab, then it will come in the proper format. See here, it is coming in the proper format. Now what is our drop down list? Drop down list, which tag we are using? Lightning colon select. What is your label name? My label name is nothing but country. Then what are your countries? What are your countries? Countries is nothing but India, and the next one is USA, and the next one is Singapore, right? Singapore. Try to save this one. Try to save this one. Now suppose user he will select any one of this value, right? Now where we want to pass? Where we want to pass? Again we will just go on to declare. We will just go on to declare one more variable here. Go to here, aura colon attribute, aura colon attribute, and the name is equals to selected country. Selected country, this is a text only, right? Now we have to map. Where we have to map it here? Go to here, we have value one attribute is there. Value is one attribute is there here. Okay, value is one attribute. Value is one attribute. Okay, v dot this variable name, v dot this variable name, and we have to use like this. Okay, we have to use like this.
The
Suppose
pre-
we want that. Yeah,
in the previous statement, the label should be street one, right? That is just a
yeah,
change.
yeah. Oh yes, street one. Yeah, fine. This is country. Suppose you want to state one more drop down list, we want, what we have to do? What we have to do? We have to copy and copy paste this code. Okay, copy paste this code. Once we will see the output. Okay, for example, what I will do is, I want to develop one pick list in lightning component. In aura we want to develop one pick list. I don't know exactly which tag we are going to use. Which tag we are going to use, I don't know exactly. I will just go and search in the Google drop down list. Okay, drop down list in lightning aura. So based on that links, it will open. See which format we want. This format we want, this format we want, this format we want, this format. Then the next step, what I will do, whenever we will click on this one, we will get like this, right? I will copy this code. This is a sample code. I will copy this code. We will copy this code. Go to here. We will understand something. At least we will understand it. Suppose we will not understand, forget about this one. Try to save this one. Try to save. Then what we have to do? Go to the front end. Front end is nothing but once we saved, it will impact, right? It will impact in the front end. Go to here, click on the student form. Click on the student form. Address information is there, right? Country, yes, we are getting something, right? Street one. Country is there, right? Country. Then here you have to come and you have to remove whatever the values we want. You have to add it and you have to remove it in that way only. No need to remember all the tags. I also don't know exact these syntaxes. Whenever anyone will ask, add a drop down list means, I will also do like this. Okay, we will also do, everyone will do like this. Maximum no one will remember the tags, exact syntaxes also. Suppose we want to develop one drop down list, select a tag, I will use it. That is enough. Remaining inside syntaxes no one will remember. You have to go and you have to get it from the component library or from the Google. Okay, any questions on this one? Now I want to add some other state. We want to add some other country, right? States we want to add. Now what I will do? Copy this one, copy this one, go to here, label state, state. So I will just go and declare one more variable, go to here, state, selected state, right? Selected state. Okay, now copy this one, selected state, go to here, selected state. The values are for India one I am adding, USA one adding, Singapore one adding. Suppose we want to get field dependency, means suppose I want India, means India states only we have to display, means we have to go complete customization. We have to go complete customization, we have to go. Okay, so these are the state. Finally try to save this one. Now coming into the front end, we have to refresh this one. Okay, now go to your student form. The address information is there, right? This is a country, this is a state, right? This is a state. Okay, any questions on this one? Any questions?
I have a question. This is the pick list values, right? The kind of a list of values, right? How are we defining that as a string over there instead of not defining as the list?
Could you come again?
Uh,
Yeah,
the-
but saying this is a list, then why we are making it as a string, right?
yes, yeah.
Yeah. String, finally, which value you are selecting? Multiple values you are selecting, or only one value we are selecting?
Okay.
Only one value, right?
Yes, yeah.
That's why I'm making it as a string. Suppose you are selecting multi-pick list, multiple values, in the sense that time also the system it will treat it as a string. Okay, this is a list of values. Okay, but finally we will select only one value, then the system it will treat it as a string. Okay, Nirmal?
Got it. Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Any questions or any
రమేష్
confusion?
గారు
Yes.
రమేష్ గారు
Yes, Mahesh.
ఆ ఇన్పుట్ ట్యాగ్స్ లో టైప్ ఈక్వల్ టు టెక్స్ట్ ఇన్పుట్ ట్యాగ్స్ లో టైప్ ఈక్వల్ టు టెక్స్ట్ అని ఉంది కదా
Yes. Yes,
దాని
Mahesh.
యూజ్ ఏంటంటే ఇప్పుడు మనం నార్మల్ గా పైన టైప్ ఈక్వల్ స్ట్రింగ్ అని మెన్షన్ చేస్తున్నాం కదా ఆల్రెడీ
Type is equals to string we are mentioning here. Okay, but so I'm telling
మళ్ళీ
this
ఇక్కడ
no, this is a variable name. Okay, this is a variable name. Forget about this one. This is a I want to define one text box. Okay, so how to define? What is the tag? So like input, my tag name is equal to this one, and my this is a text box. Type is equal to text. Once you enter the data, that data I'm storing into this particular variable. This is my
అక్కడ టెక్స్ట్ ఏరియా అట్లా కూడా ఉంటాయా
yes, Mahesh. Go to here. Go to the lightning. This is the tag. Input to text tag is there, right? Okay. Input to text tag is there, right? Like this. Okay. Input. See here. Input. This. Scroll down here. Type text. Go to your documentation. Here you have to observe types are there, right? Type is there, right? You want checkbox button or file password text. Okay, and text area we have to search it. So these are the types.
మేబీ అడ్రస్ ఇన్పుట్ అడ్రస్ లోకి వెళ్ళండి ఒకసారి దాంట్లో ఉంటాయి
Input address.
సైడ్ లెఫ్ట్ లో ఉన్నది
Input address. Okay, go to here. This is address one, right? Then it will automatically come this format. Okay, input address, it is a compound field. I mean, so for example, we will search in the account or contact somewhere, you will search address, means it will show only address. That is called compound field. In address, the system automatically it take like street, city, postal code, all these things. This is not text area. Okay, this is not text area.
ఓకే
Mahesh?
మనం నార్మల్ గా క్రియేట్ చేసేటప్పుడు మనకి టెక్స్ట్ ఏరియా డేటా టైప్స్ ఉంటాయి కదా, టెక్స్ట్ రిచ్ అట్లా లిమిట్ ఏమైనా ఉంటుంది ఇక్కడ కూడా చేసుకోవడానికి? మామూలుగా టెస్ట్ అయితే మనకి నార్మల్ 25 to 50 అట్లా ఉంటాయి కదా.
Maximum length we have to use it, right? Maximum length. So maximum length
టెక్స్ట్ ఏరియా అయితే
maximum length is there, right?
Okay.
Okay, Mahesh.
Okay,
Any
Ramesh,
question?
thank you.
Any other questions? See,
You
this
can
is
leave
my
clear.
okay, Mahesh. Thanks. Any other questions? See, this is a text box. User he will enter the data. That data we have based on that data we have to create a record. So that data have to store temporarily. Temporarily where we have to where we will store means in the variables. How to declare a variable means I will just go and declare a variable like this. Once we declare the variable, we have to tell to the text box, right? Boss, you have to map whatever user entered data, right? That data you have to map into this particular variable. How we are telling? We are using v is nothing but value provider. This is nothing but text boxes. Now I want to add some sections. How to add the sections means I also don't know. So we will just go and search in the Google lightning component section. Yes, you will get a tag. So that tag you have to copy and paste it. You have to see the output. Okay, you have to see the output. Go to here, you have to see the output in the front end. Yes, front end we got like this. Personal information section like this, under this one like this. Okay, under this one like this. This is nothing but for section purpose. My section name is nothing but this one. Okay, now the next one is what I'm trying to creating one more section. My section name is nothing but address information, and here address information. Then here we are adding one drop down list. How to add a drop down list in lightning component aura? In lightning component aura, so we have to remember only lightning colon select tag is there for drop down list. Remaining thing not required. Based on our requirement, we will just go and search in the Google. Yes, we added. So finally user he will select one country. That country I am storing into this particular variable. Here I am trying to declaring one more drop down list. That drop down list we are, that value we are trying to storing into the selected state. Now coming into here, I will just go and add one more field, that is nothing but date of birth. How to add date field? Go to here, again go to here, input, click on this example, click on this example. We want date or date type, which one we want? Click on this one, date. So what is the basic one we want? Like this, right? Now go to here, what is the syntax? Yes, input to type is equals to date. Then you have to copy this one, you have to copy this one. Go to our lightning component, go to our lightning component. See other information. I am trying to creating one more section, that is nothing but other information. Go to here, other information, other information. Now go to here, lightning accord. I am trying to closing this section. I am trying to closing this section. Type is equals to date. Forget about this one, name not required. Label, enter date of birth. Okay, date of birth, date of birth. Now user he will enter this date of birth. User he will enter this date. Now we want to store this date. Date also we will store as a string. No, go to this attribute, go to this attribute. Where is the attributes here? Where is the attribute? See here, date is there, right? Date. So aura colon attribute name is equals to, I will just go and declare one variable like this. Okay, everything we will not store as a string. Proper data types are there. Date of birth. Okay, date of birth type is equals to date, right? Now what I will do, coming into here, value is equals to, value is equals to, okay, we are just mapping here, we are just mapping v dot what is our variable name? Date of birth, right? See dob, right? Okay, in this variable we are trying to storing whatever user selected, right? That we are trying to storing into here. This is nothing but date of birth. This is nothing but date of birth. Suppose I want date and time also, date and time also, that field also we want. Then what we have to do? Go to here, go to here, go, this is a date only, right? Suppose I want a date time, click on the date time. So the time format is like this. The time format, what is the sample code? This is the sample code. Take this one, enter date time value, go to here, and you have to copy paste here, enter. See, lightning type is equal to date time name, no need to remember, no, This attribute is not required. Enter a date time value, right? Now I want to store this date time value. We have to go and check any data type is there. Yes, data type is also there for date and time. Copy this one. First you have to declare my date time attribute. See, go to here, date time attribute is there, right? Date time attribute. So last modified or some other thing, anything, okay? Date, I mean any variable. Now we have to map it here. Go to here, click on this one, value is equals to, okay, and v dot this variable name, right? This variable name. Now the next one is what? For example, we want to add a checkbox. We want to add checkbox. Again, go to here. Go to here. Scroll down here. Text, email is there. Password is there. Telephone number format. Number is there. Checkbox is there. Click on the checkbox. So we want which format? In this format you want, or in this format? In this format. See, three checkboxes, right? Three tags are there. I want the basic format. I will just go and select this one. Input type is equal to checkbox. Go to here. Go to our lightning component. Go to here. Input type is equals to text, right? See, input type is equal to checkbox. Type is equal to checkbox. Label basic option is nothing but anything. I'm just putting like select. Forget about name. Name tag is not required. Suppose user he will select, then we have to store whether he will select true or false. We have to store. Where we have to store? We have to declare one attribute. How to declare attribute? Go to here. Checkbox is there, right? Scroll down here. Checkbox. See, everything boolean is only, right? Checkbox means boolean only, right? Copy this one. Copy this one, okay? Copy this one. Now go to here, we will just go and add attributes right here. Go and add attributes, show detail, type is equals to boolean, right? Now what I will do here, what I will do, value is equals to, see here, value is equals to v dot this one, right? We are telling to this checkbox, whatever user he will select or deselect anything, I will store into this particular variable. We have to declare the text box, checkbox, date time field. Once user selected or once user entered the data there, that data we are storing into the attributes. That data we are storing into attributes, okay? Control save. Control save. Now we have to make this code in the proper format, right? Control all, shift to tab. See, it will automatically come in the proper format, right? It will automatically come in the proper format, right? To save this one. Now go to here, go to in the front end, you have to refresh this one. You have to refresh this one, okay? Go to our student form, and other information is there, right? See, this is a data but date field, right? This is a date and time, right? This is a checkbox, right? User he will enter this data where we are storing, because of I'm storing into this particular variable, suppose user he will enter some date and time value where we are storing. I'm storing in this particular variable. How it will store in this particular variable only, we are telling to this box. So whatever user entered, right, you have to store into this particular variable. Here date time means here we should use the attribute is also date time. This is a checkbox means this attribute is boolean variable. Suppose user will select this one, then we have to store into this proper variables. That is nothing but attributes. That is nothing but attributes here. So this is our form. This is our form. So now what is my next step? My next step is nothing but we have to add some buttons, right? We have to add some buttons. How to add the buttons? In the Visual Force page, command button, some tags are there, right? Here also you will just go on the search, go to the component library, go to here, apex button is there, right? See here, sorry, lightning button is there, right? Click on this button. Yes, it is showing some formats, right? Which format you want? Your button is in this format or in this format or in this format? Which format we want? I want in this format. This is the third one, right? This is a third one. So this is the third one. Go to the third one. See, the third sample tag is nothing but this one. Go to here, you have to add these two buttons. Go to here, lightning colon button, okay? Lightning colon button variant. Here you have to observe label name is equals to save, and forget about the title, and forget about on click. So label name is nothing but this button name, right? We know, right? Then what about the variant? Variant tag is mandatory. Let's see. So what I will do, I will do like this. Try to save this one. Now I will go to the front end is nothing but go to here, refresh this one, go to student form, Here we got button, right? My button name is nothing but save button, right? But here the color is coming, right? And some format is coming, right? What I will do, I will go and remove this variant is equals to brand. Variant is equal to brand. I will remove. Now I will just go and refresh this one. I will just go and refresh this one. Let's see in which format we will get. Go to student form. Now here you have to observe the format, the color is changing, right? The color is changing. So finally I understand, suppose we will add the variant is equals to brand, then the button it will come in this color, in this format, here it will come. So that we learn from this tag, that we will learn like, generally we will learn like this. First we have to see the output, then we have to understand what exactly, why they are using this attribute, why they are using this attribute. In this way we will learn. Okay, now go to here, variant is equals to brand. So here whenever we are adding variant is equal to brand, then the button is coming in this format, that we learn. So like that I will just go and add some other buttons. So my button name is nothing but cancel button. See, cancel. So how here lot of buttons are there, right? How we know exactly this button format only we have to add it, in the sense means how we know exactly means our client will give, our client will give. If our client will not give me, generally we will take any one button. So once our development has been done, then the testers will raise it, I mean they will raise a ticket like your button format should be like this. So we will not assume and we will not do anything, we will not assume and we will not do anything. But in time being we will add either this one or this one or this one, anyone we will add it. Once it will go for testing, or once users look into this requirement, then they will give the suggestions, the button format should be like this only. Okay, now refresh this one. We're adding two buttons, save button and cancel button. Save button, refresh this one. In second I saved or not. So see, not yet saved. How we know whether we saved this one or not? How we understand? See, there is a star mark, right? There is a star mark. Star mark in the sense mean this code is not saved, this code is not saved. Try to save this one, try to save this one. Yes, it is saved. Now I will just go to here, refresh this one, refresh. Okay, click on the student form. See, save and cancel buttons came, right? Personal information, address information, other information. So save and cancel buttons we added, right? So for today's session, what we discussed, we created lightning component by using aura framework. Aura framework we are creating. How many ways are there to create a lightning component by using aura? Is nothing but by using developer console or by using Visual Studio Code. By using Visual Studio Code, but whenever we are coming into LWC, only one option, that is nothing but Visual Studio Code. Here we are creating lightning component by using aura, so we are going with the developer console. Go to the developer console and create a lightning component. While creating a lightning component, here it will ask why you are creating this lightning component and where we will use that lightning component. As a tab we will use. Yes, you have to select the first checkbox. Whenever you will select the first checkbox, tab select box, the system automatically implement this interface. So whenever the second interfaces, the second checkbox you will select, the system automatically implement these interfaces. So finally, where we are using this lightning component, that is nothing but 5 checkboxes, that is nothing but 5 interfaces. Once we created the lightning component, the system automatically provide these 8 items. The system automatically provided 8 items. These items, 8 items are common, whether we will select first interface or second interface, it doesn't matter. Lightning component or lightning bundle is a combination of 8 items. Here you have to observe bundle. So or we will call it as a lightning component. So suppose we are creating a lightning component in the aura, it is a combination of 8 items. But in the LWC, it is a combination of 2 items only. It is a combination of 2 items. Okay, but here it is a combination of 8 items. 8 items, it is a combination of 8 items. What is the purpose of each and everything we will discuss. Presently we are working with the component. Presently we are working with the component. Now here you have to observe what is our requirement. We have to develop one text boxes, right? We have to collect the data from the user. We have to collect the data from the user, in the sense means text boxes, date fields, pick list fields, right? So how we are going to develop those things is nothing but lightning is provided some tags. Where we will get the tags? Go to lightning component library. Whenever you will go to the lightning component library, you will get like this. You will get like this. Okay, this is Aura tags are there. Here Lightning Web Components are there. See, Lightning Aura tags are there, Lightning Web Component. For example, this is a button. This is a button. See here, this is buttons, right? This is Aura, right? So here you have to observe on the top, view as a Lightning Web Component. Click on this one. Click on this one. In the buttons, in the web component, suppose the same tag they are using like this. See, Lightning hyphen button. Variant is equals to base, label equals to base, maximum. Similar tags are there. Suppose we know Visual Force Space Aura is easy, right? Suppose Aura we know LWC is easy. Just syntax are changing. See here we are using Lightning button like this. Here we are using, right, Lightning colon button. But what they are using? Lightning hyphen button. This is LWC tag. This is LWC. Suppose we want to use same tag as the Aura. See, go to here, click on this one. This is Aura. We are using Lightning Aura. So the text boxes we use, check boxes we use, drop down list we use. So once users enter the data, that data, based on that data, we have to work, right? We have to create a record, right? So that data we have to store somewhere temporarily. Temporarily we have to store somewhere. Temporarily where we will store? Variables we will store. Here how we are going to declare a variable? Here we are using Aura colon attribute. Aura colon attributes. What are the variable data types are there? Data types are there. Here you have to observe these are the data types are there. Boolean, date time, decimal, double, integer. So finally for today's session we are collecting the data from the user. That data we are storing into the variables. Okay. Then user will come to here and click on the save button. What he will do? What is the next step that we'll discuss in the next session? User will click on the save button. Then what we have to do? What is the next step? Okay, that we'll discuss in the next session. This is for today's session. You have any